In 1954, the Supreme Court ruled that schools divided along racial lines were inherently unequal. But over the next decade, only about 1% of blacks in the South ended up attending integrated schools. This inequality in Charlotte led to a federal lawsuit. When the Supreme Court ruling finally came in 1971, the effects rippled across the country.
A unanimous Supreme Court today affirmed the principle of busing school children to desegregate schools.
The effects of this decision are almost incalculable.
How many are going to keep their children home? Home, not on a bus, nowhere but home.
The people of this community will not accept nor comply with these oppressive orders.
To keep whites in the school district, most of the students who were bused were black. The students sent to West Charlotte High, the pride of the black community, were an exception.
Immediately when the decision was made that white kids would now be bused into West Charlotte, it was like a community joke. Like overnight, the gravel parking lot was paved. The athletic facilities in terms of the football stadium, basketball, gymnasium stuff was upgraded. It was like overnight someone had written a check for $1 million.
That first year was not an easy one, as black and white students found themselves under a microscope, walking down halls with other races for the first time.
I had come from this lily white neighborhood, and I never knew that there was so much color.
West Charlotte High School used to be all black, and during that first year there was racial fighting and boycotts by some whites.
Students were injured during some of the incidents as tension between black and white students grew.
It had always been a black school, and they had very much pride, which I understand. You know, they were proud of their football team and proud of their cheerleaders and proud of their majorettes. Because I was a majorette, I had 5 girls jump me one day. It was very unsettling. I didn't realize that there were good things to come. It was just going to take time.
It has been 3 years since the Supreme Court handed down its historic decision, requiring extensive crosstown busing of students in the Charlotte-Mecklenburg school system. In fact, attendance for the first day was near a record for the public schools.
I don't think the parents adjusted to the integration as quickly as the kids did.
And while desegregation hasn't worked perfectly in Charlotte, it has worked.
We were thrown together at first, but we've learned to adjust to each other, and we all get along a whole lot better.
I don't know how you could have changed anything if it had not been for busing.
In the decades since Charlotte's integration, the debate has raged over the long-term effects of busing. Researchers like Professor Rosalind Mickelson have sought to answer that question through her analysis of a massive database of studies at the University of North Carolina.
Children who attended diverse schools scored better on tests. They were more likely to graduate, to avoid crime. They're more likely to go to college, graduate from college. There is growing evidence that white middle-class children and middle-class children from all ethnic and racial backgrounds also benefit academically and socially from going to integrated schools.